Hey everyone. All right, this past week has been such a mixed bag for us. We went to the lake, had a great time, celebrated my husband's birthday, had a great time. But I don't know if you're going to notice, I'm in a different vehicle. I'm in my car because coming home from the lake, our van, I wouldn't say died, but we had to do this detour, and this detour took us up some really big hills. And on the first big hill, and it was like 2 lanes, so it's narrow and steep. All of a sudden our AC turned off. We're like, oh my goodness, that's so strange. And then ding, we're like, oh, and then ding, 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 ding. It's like, no, like the engine indicator light was coming on, and my husband looks down and he can see that the coolant is, he saw that the engine was hot, very hot. And it was so scary because we were going up a really steep hill, so it took a lot of power, and there was nowhere to turn off, and we couldn't just stop in the middle because it was only 2 lanes, right? So it would have completely blocked traffic in our direction. And it felt like so long before we could find a side street to turn off of. It was probably about 20 seconds, but you just hearing this ding, you're seeing like that you're on H. And it was so scary. It's like one of my worst nightmares. And we had no warning that anything like this was going to happen. It wasn't one of those things where your vehicle is acting up. It was perfectly fine until it wasn't. So we pulled over on the side street and just let the vehicle cool off and tried to just think, like, what do we do? Because we had 3 of our children with us, and we were not in the city that we live. So if you're not familiar with the Lower Mainland, where we live is just a big cluster of cities. Sometimes there's a bridge separating the cities. Other times it's just you're just driving down the road and boom, you're in another city, and it's all populated. There's not regions of like highway separating the cities, where in other parts of the province, that's what it is. So we were in a different city. We're like, oh my goodness, it's going to cost so much money to tow our van home. But what could we do? We couldn't drive it over, and while it was overheating, and also like, cause that would damage the engine eventually, I'm sure. But there's a big bridge. Like, thank God this did not happen on the bridge. So we're like, we can't risk it and see if it was a one-off. Like, this is something major and we can't ignore it. So anyways, eventually I was able to call a friend, because I called a couple, but they weren't home. I called a friend who was able to come and pick us up, the kids and I, and what a good friend that is to have to drive. Like, they're willing to drive out to get us. Like, that's a good friend. And then my husband got a tow and got the van towed home. So that was awful. It was just awful. And it's one of those things that happens in life that you're never looking forward to. You always pray it doesn't happen to you, and then it does, and it's just awful. It's just as bad as you thought it would be. So now we're in the process of trying to figure out what it is. Is it something that we can fix ourselves? Is it something that we need to take in to be fixed? And if that's the case, then we're going to have to pay for another tow to get us to a shop. But yeah, vehicles. What's interesting is this year I know so many people who have had major vehicle issues, like rather broken down, or they got into bad accidents that weren't their fault, and then all the way to vandalism, like severe vandalism. One of my friends, everyone in her row of parking at her complex, they all had their gas tanks purposely pierced so that people could try to collect the gas. Isn't that crazy? And then down another street, I saw online that people were just ripping off the side mirrors, like for no reason, just to be, it's like psychotic, just so messed up. Anyway, so it's a bad season for vehicles. Our vehicles have cost us so much money this year, and I guess it hasn't stopped. So, anyway, so we had fun, and then we had trauma. One of your worst nightmares comes true. At least driving nightmares. I'm just so grateful I wasn't alone in the vehicle. I'm so grateful my husband was with us. And I'm so grateful that we found a friend to pick us up, because I guess eventually if we had to, we could Uber it home. But again, we were a ways away, and so that would have been another big expense. So we're shopping in the car, and really grateful that we have 2 vehicles. And just praying that the van will be fixed swiftly and for not a lot of money, please. All right, so I stopped at the farm. I'm at Superstore today. We're doing all the stores all at one time. It's just how we have to do it right now. And yeah, we stopped off at the farm. Gonna go to Real Canadian Superstore and then to Costco and make it home, and hopefully on or under budget. Just a quick side note here, because I'm pretty sure I'm going to forget later to tell you this. So I came and did a little quick mini shop here midweek at Real Canadian Superstore. I purchased some items that I could not purchase last week for the lake because they would have not as been as fresh. So I came for those items, and I also picked up a couple of treats for my daughter and I. We're going to have a movie night, and the guys are all going to go see Spider-Man. So Nevaeh and I are going to have our own little girls movie night. So I picked up a couple of items for those 2 specific things. I'm going to show you them here in a bit, but I wanted to let you know that I only paid $4 because I was able to cash in $30 worth of PC points. So that's so good. Here's what I got for $4. All right, for the lake, these Kaiser buns, this is a 12 pack and it is $4.75, a really good price actually. And then for the meat for them, Black Forest ham and smoked Montreal meat, they're $5 a piece for 200 grams. Strudels and 2-bite cinnamon rolls, because when we go with my husband, the guy just likes to eat the whole time. So and he only really gets to come out to the lake with us about once a year, so it's worth it just to make him happy and let him have a great time. So these were $6, and the cinnamon bites were on sale. They're normally $6.50. They are just under $6, about like $5.80. For the Mommy and Me movie night, some Baby Bells, we are going to have like a popcorn charcuterie board, so some healthy but some treats too. Thought that would just make it fun. These are on sale this week for $4. A small pack of Nerd Clusters, they're on sale. So normally they're like $3.50. They're on sale for 94 cents. Yay. And then her favorite chocolate is Smarties, so I purchased 2 packages. They were one package was $1.50, 2 packages is $2.50, so I purchased 2. Fridge and freezer products, starting with Costco, some chicken burger patties, $22 for those. These are actually really good, second time we purchased them. And then chicken breasts for $30. Pork tenderloin, there's 2 of them for $19, which is great because it's $8 a piece. So if you make it the right meal, you can use 1 at a time with a family of 6, and that's great for the meat to only cost $8. So good, I'm really happy about that. Butter, just 1 salted butter this week for $5.79, $16 for marbled cheese, $9 for 1 container of plain Greek yogurt. They did not have the 3-pack. I do think this will last us though through the week. $5.81 for the 4-liter jugs of 2% milk. Then from Real Canadian Superstore, $3 for this little Crave meal. Trixon requested that. And then ground beef. I didn't want to buy a large one from Costco just because of finances, but I do want a little bit for a meal. They had a 450 gram package for $9. Then I went to an end cap and I saw these. They're 450 grams each, so this is double the amount, and it was for only $11.50. So double the amount for $2.50 more. So I chose this. I'm really, really glad I saw that because it's way better of a price. Let's move on to produce, starting with the farm. Just 1 lemon. I wanted more than 1, but they did not look good. This is the only good one I could find. 69 cents. Carton of blueberries, still $8. So good, because that's quite a bit for $8. $1.89 for the apples. I purchased quite a few, and then $3.50 for some plums. They're not the cheapest, so I just purchased 5, and in all honesty, only a couple people in the family really enjoy plums. From Costco, a flat of peaches, still $14, and snap peas, These have gone up from $11 to $13. Not nice. Okay, Real Canadian Superstore nectarines. These are on sale, this carton, for $6.40. Then the peppers are on sale, this large bag, for $6. The mini cucumbers, the 11 count, are on sale as well for $3.50. Corn on the cob is on sale for 50 cents per cob, and I purchased 6. We're gonna have these tonight for supper with the chicken burgers. And then last item, bananas, 78 cents per pound. All remaining items, let's start off with the non-food items from Real Canadian Superstore. The dish soap, not on sale, but we needed some, so $3.27. Body lotion, we needed 2, one for our bathroom, one for the boys' bathroom. These are $11.50 a piece. And I did, though, find from my receipt that I earned 2,000 points. So that's equivalent of $2. So that's kind of nice from those. Some ramen, 39 cents a piece, purchased 6, a nice cheap base to a meal. When you're looking to save some cash, that's a nice one. For cereal, mini wheats, $9 a box. That's a sale price. Then all other cereals were down to $5.25, any limit of 4. So I purchased 3 of them. Sugar Crisp, this is gonna go with some plain Cheerios that I have left over already in the cupboard. And then Honey Shreddies and regular Shreddies, and those will be put together. The PC Blue Menu sparkling waters, these are on sale this week for $1 each. 2 lime, 1 lemon for me, and then Truxton, I did treat him to a 40 cents blue raspberry chubby drink. He's gonna try to put this with some sparkling water and add a cold foam on top and kind of make a little bit of a homemade, what is it from McDonald's, blue raspberry cold foam drink. I don't know. Anyways, the cotton candy that we purchased last week was a big hit. It's really delicious. It's still on sale, but not as good of a price, but it is $1.40 a piece. So that just purchased 2. And the Dare marshmallows are on clear out. Banana is the family's favorite, so $1.25 for that. $1.30 for some rigatoni pasta. The Christie crackers are on sale this week for $1.88, and I believe it was a limit of 2. Rice, this bag of rice, I just purchased basmati rice, but whatever's on sale. And this one was on sale for $11.50, so that's what I got. And the chickpeas are still on sale, yay, for $1.59 per can. From Costco, fig bars, completely out for 2 weeks now, so needed to break down and purchase some more. $24. The Dempster's sesame white bread, it is on sale this week for $7, so that's what I purchased. It's actually a really good bread. Almonds are back up in price now. They are $16. And for non-food items, some dishwasher detergent, Tab, $16 for this container of 115. And Nevaeh is in need of new socks, so I purchased her this package. They're on sale this week for $10. I believe that's $3 off. Oops, I just found these buns on my countertop. Okay, so this is included with my Costco purchase. I think this was like $5.69 for the buns, and we're gonna have these with the chicken burgers that I purchased today. I had quite a bit of money I was able to cash in for my PC points again for the second time this week, which is so great. I had $40 I could cash in, so I did. It brought my bill down to $78. The farm was $20 and Costco was $225. So $323 altogether. I'm under budget, which is just fantastic, especially because I purchased meat and cheese and things like the dishwasher tablets and lotion, which are not cheap. They always take a chunk out of your budget, but I'm really happy with the cost, or I guess the total of my groceries this week. It helps. Every little bit helps to go towards the tow that we had for our vehicle. And one of the things I love just as much as saving money is the lack of time I'm going to need to spend to put all of these groceries away today. It's so easy when you do a smaller grocery haul. Sometimes it feels like it takes longer to put the groceries away than it did to purchase them. So this is gonna be nice, especially because it's a really hot day. You can probably hear the fans. Apologize if that sound isn't the greatest, but it's a hot day today. So the very fact that I don't have to spend too much time in my kitchen as the sun is coming onto my kitchen side of the house is a win for me. All right, thank you so much everyone for watching this week's grocery haul. I hope you guys are having a wonderful summer. I know some of you are heading, or your kids are heading back to school. I hope that you have a smooth re-entry into that scheduled life. And for everyone else, keep enjoying your summer, and I hope that you will come back next week to see what I pick up my family 6 then. Bye everyone.